Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. The individual this morning, Joshua Yan, who went on the rooftop of the building next to the ICE facility, is a far leftist. According to reports on his social media, his friends and family said he had gone off the rails. His mother is a far leftist, apparently with Trump derangement syndrome. There is a whole... His sister has half a dozen arrests as well, who is LGBTQ, allegedly dating a trans person. This little allegation, that's, this is Twitter reporting, so let's, take some stuff with a grain of salt. But a lot of this was sent to me in our message, in our members Discord. So make sure that you go to thequartering.com/join. You get in that members Discord, you get reporting there first before anyone else. And the videos come out, after that fact, and really is because of the work of everyone in the Discord. So I hope that you'll join there. Be the shooter. Be fat. Vote Democrat in multiple elections. Be pro-communist. Have a pro-communist profile photo. Bad aim. Wrote leftist messages on the bullets. Has a sister that's dating a trans female. And mom has TDS on Facebook. Now, I don't know if that's true. This is his sister apparently, and he's dating a girl who's pretending to be a guy, I guess. It looks like MAGA is at it again. Let's look at some of the stuff we now know. By the way, we're under attack. Like, this is one left-wing attack every 70 hours or something like that for the past 10 days. This is not how anyone wants to live. And I'm looking for our leadership to start figuratively cracking skulls. Like, people need to be arrested today. These cells of people need to be broken up. There is very clearly a new cool way to go out if you're on the left. You see this. Dallas ICE maniacs, Joshua Yan, who took out two migrants by accident, then himself, his brother reveals he'd gone off the rails. Joshua Yan, 29, was named as the idiot who did what he did this morning before self-deleting. He could have just done that at home. Law enforcement said the sniper perched on the roof adjacent to the facility and rained bullets on migrants as they were being transported in an unmarked ICE van. Investigators say they are still establishing a motive, but believe the horror incident were fueled by anti-law enforcement sentiment. FBI Director Kash Patel released images of the bullets found at the scene showing anti-ICE scrawled on the shells in blue ink. Again, like, it's not exactly quite the message. You'd think it would say like F ICE or ICE is bad or whatever. But, you could also argue like, well, if it was a PSYOP, then they probably would have better messaging. So this is just clearly some kid whose mom took a lot of Tylenol, apparently. After Yan was identified, his own brother, Noah, told NBC News that he did not believe his brother was especially interested in politics and had not voiced his opinions on immigration before. He didn't have strong feelings about ICE, as far as I knew, his brother said. Noah said his brother was unemployed but had previously worked as a coder and was planning on moving in with his parents in October in Oklahoma at 29. Yan owns a criminal record, including felony charges back in 2016 for selling herb. He was a registered independent, records show. Okay. The alleged individual's brother reportedly spoke before he knew that his brother had been identified as a sniper and described him as, quote, unique, without elaborating. I don't think he was politically interested, he said, saying that the last he'd seen him the 2 weeks ago before the incident, nothing seemed unusual. He wasn't interested in politics on either side as far as I knew. Well, according to some reporting, he had some communist stuff on his Facebook profile photo, but I'm sure that's unrelated. The siblings grew up in Allen, Texas. He added the brother knew how to use the rifle that his parents owned, but insisted that he was not a marksman, that's for sure. Well, that's clear. Asked about the ICE facility incident, he remarked he would not be able to make any shots like that. Well, I mean, if you're just firing indiscriminately, you're going to eventually hit something. As investigators descended on the scene in Dallas, images showed a poster taped to the side of the vehicle belonging to Yan. A sign with what appears to be black splatter on the car reads, Radioactive fallout from nuclear detonations that have passed over these areas more than two times since 1951. Okay, I have no idea what that means. You know, it's some sort of map of nuclear radiation. I don't really know if he had put that on initially, or if, you know, I think someone said he also put it on the building. I'm not sure. Homeland Security spokesperson Tricia said that it was 2 migrants that had lost their life. A third victim was in serious condition. Investors said Jan fired indiscriminately at the ICE office, peppering the transport van with bullets and also hitting windows in the building numerous times. Witness Ariane Sierra told NBC that she was in her car waiting for her husband to return from an ICE appointment in the facility when she heard the shots ring out, about 20 in a row. Patel said in an X post that while investigating his ongoing initial review of the evidence shows an ideological motive behind the attack. Well, of course, he targeted an ICE building, obviously. Now, what's interesting is, where's off the rails comment? They're attributing this, that he went off the rails, but where? As brother reveals how he'd gone off the rails. Well, his brother didn't reveal how he'd gone off the rails. This doesn't really back up the headline. But here's a background check from Laura Loomer. I did a background check on Joshua Yan, the ICE shooter in Dallas. Joshua Yan's profile picture from his now wiped Facebook page, per the background check results, reveals Antifa and communist imagery. The profile photo is of an armed communist with a hammer and sickle. The text reads, "Glorious exposition, comrade." He also had a previous conviction for selling herb. Again, I don't really care about that. Also, the FBI just confirmed that next to his body, they found rounds that had anti-ice on them. This is a new trend of leftist assassin using sniper nests to take out their targets and write leftist phrases on their bullets. This is, of course, leftist terror. Here's a zoomed in pic of the profile photo from the background check. The shooter is undeniably a radical leftist, a communist. Here's a photo of the bullets. There's some like circles drawn on stuff, and then there's one that says anti-ice. We don't know if there are more, casings found that had different messaging. He's registered as independent, of course. Here's his mom, who's a Trump deranged individual who follows, democratic socialists, the resistance, call to activism. This is shocking. This is very, very scary. This is his sister, who is a woman dating another woman who's pretending to be a man, who has at least 6 arrests for various crimes. It looks like she's transitioning herself, at least in my opinion. Again, what do we have here? I don't know how we come back from this. I don't know how we actually how we change anything here. How do we even figure out what the heck is going on here? Disturbing note found inside the car. Oh, look at that. Okay. A horrifying poster. It's not really that horrifying. Why do they say it's horrifying? Fox Forward reported investigators have focused on a car parked inside the vehicle. A sign with what appears to be black splatter on the car reads radioactive fallout. I don't think that's splatter. I think that's like radioactive stuff or whatever. This is what, again, is this the face of a mega Republican, as Jimmy Kimmel said? This is the day after Jimmy Kimmel returned to the air. And I believe Gavin Newsom was talking about immigration, wasn't he? Pretty sure immigration was on top of, let me just see. I want to be sure, but I'm pretty sure Gavin Newsom talked about that. Let me double check. Gavin Newsom, ICE. Spell his name right, Jeremy. Again,
that's happening.
This is when he's on Colbert.
United States of America, masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process.
They don't get due process.
Oversight,
they're not citizens.
Zero accountability happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic? We're being hyperbolic. If you're a black and brown community, it's here in this country.
No, if you're an illegal immigrant, it's here. Sure.
And so I'm deeply proud that I had the privilege of signing the nation's first bill to address the issue of masking. Also, to require you have simple identification. To your point,
I'm fine with having identification if you work for ICE, but they can mask themselves if they want. You know, this is a guy, you know, his posture reached a whole new level of hilarity. He signed an executive order requiring ICE agents not to wear masks. He has no jurisdiction over what a federal or, you know, people even do. Again, this is the rhetoric of the left that is having a profound effect on mentally deranged people, which of course they're mentally deranged. Of course. You know, Jimmy Kimmel must be so confused today. By the way, this is being posted in Georgetown. Hey, fascist, catch. That's the terms that that were on the casings that took the life of Charlie Kirk. The only political group that celebrates when Nazis die. Join the John Brown Club. This is a massive, massive problem, a nationwide problem that I'm not sure how in the heck we're going to fix it. And whatever needs to happen quick, because at this rate, the clock is ticking. There will be another attack within the next 60 hours if they stick to their trends. Make sure you join the members Discord at thequartering.com/join so you can get informed all day, every day on everything that's going on, plus join our many groups. We'd love to see you in there, and we'll talk to you again real soon.